This podcast, bussin'.
Welcome to this.podcast. I'm your host Jay. Cause I don't want no interruptions when I go. I don't want no interruptions when I go. Yeah, we got Cole.
Man, what we talking about?
And we got Uncle Damo.
Boy, my name's Uncle Damo.
Shout out to the incredible Lawrence and Larimer for providing the space. You could catch them at 3225 East Colfax Avenue, or you could catch them at lawrenceandlarimer.com. You could catch us on all major streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify. What else is out there, Damo? Amazon Music,
all of
Stitcher,
YouTube,
and video on YouTube. We gonna get right into it, man, cause we've been waiting for this one for a long time. Yeah, man, we wanted this back when we was in the teens as far as the episodes, yo.
Hey, man, this dude was like COVID central. He was like,
he was on lockdown.
He was like, don't ask me to come down there until COVID is over.
He's worse than Last of Us.
I was about to say, you beat me to it. You beat me to it. But without further ado, we got the two-time Super Bowl champ, hometown hero. You know what I mean? Man. TJ alum, CU Boulder alum, first-round draft pick, 21st to the New England Patriots. John Mackie Award winner in 2001. What is we talking about, man? What is we talking about? Let's welcome Daniel Graham to the show. Where's my? Come on, yo. Man, hey. Give a clap it up. I don't even know where it's at, but clap it up, man.
We should have had that boy walk in showing his black and gold, the patent leather J's.
Yeah, there we go, man.
Oh, but Dion got him, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm glad to be here, man. Yeah. I know I held y'all up for a long time, but hey, it's better late than never.
Better late than never.
Man, you look like you could still play.
Man, I got 4 downs in me.
You got
one a quarter.
Man, what we talking about?
Yeah. One a quarter. That's
one
it.
Quarter, that's it.
And I'm not running past 5 yards, so put me on goal line.
Hey, no, real talk. Do you think the players now are just completely different than when we played?
Man, you know, they definitely are. And I don't want to sound like that guy, but, you know, these athletes now, I mean, they are more stronger, physical, more athletic per se, but to me, they just don't have that mental that we had, you know.
Got it.
You know, we grew up when them coaches would cuss us out in a heartbeat, tell you ain't nothing.
Yeah. No, you ain't shit.
Yeah. Tell it like it is, DG.
Okay.
We can curse on this show, so you ain't got to hold nothing back.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to me, it's like, you know, these guys are just sensitive a little bit. You know, can't take getting cussed out or, you know, you hurt your feelings
criticism.
And stuff. You know, criticism and
I mean, they got rights now. They got rights.
Yeah, man. You know, it's
these kids
different.
do have
you know,
rights.
it's different now.
It is.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I knew we was going to get right into football, man. So comparing to when you played, because the game was a lot tougher, you know, as far as there wasn't as much protection as there is for especially offensive players, receiving position and quarterback. But when you was going across the middle, like, you had to endure it all, right? Nowadays, these cats can't really hit and lead with a helmet, where back in the day, that's what they were doing. So do you think, for you, if we were to put you in today's NFL, what would Daniel Graham look like?
A left tackle.
Man, I tell you what, if I played today, I'd play for 20 years.
Oh,
wow!
I'd play for 20 years because they don't have to hit in practice.
Yeah,
you know?
This
they got padded.
they
got little helmets on top of their helmets.
They got limited practices, padded practices, and so, you know, I got drafted by the Patriots, and it was full pads. First of all, training camp was full pads all day, every day. You know, and
was that specific to the Patriots, or was that like
no? Like, so this was like normal then. For some teams.
Got it.
Because it wasn't like that when I got to Denver. But me being drafted to the Patriots, I had no idea. I'm thinking this is how the entire NFL is. I mean, we're banging in practice, and so I tell people, man, you know, going in every Wednesday was full pads, guaranteed.
Regardless
regardless of whatever's going on, Wednesday's full pads.
So at least twice a
Thursdays-
week.
Well, Thursday's practice, depending on if we're full pads, depends on how Wednesday's practice was. So if it was a bad practice, it's full pads on Thursday. I mean, we had a bad practice one time. We went full pads on Friday.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I mean, he wasn't playing. My practices were harder than games in New England, and I feel like Belichick took 3 years off my career. And
This podcast,
I love
bussin',
Coach
bussin'.
Shanahan, but I feel like he gave them back to me when I got there. Because we didn't put on no pads here, and I'm just like, wow, we put on full pads I think twice in training camp when I got to Denver.
Wow.
And so now, the rules now, you only can have full pads I think once a week.
Wow.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow,
And then I think it stops later on in the season. I think you take the
So
pads
no
off.
pads.
No pads
I
at
think
all.
So yeah.
Wow.
Man, it was crazy. Man, I remember, I didn't go past college, but I remember when you would come in there and the coach would say, no pads.
Oh man.
Yo,
The team would go wild.
that's like,
That's a day off kind of thing, huh?
yo.
Yeah, your mindset. And
Gotcha.
see, in New England, we didn't have those days. It was just now we don't have to wear our pants. So we had that mindset when it was just the uppers. Oh, we ain't got to put on pants today. Oh man, this is a day off.
Got it.
Oh, it was straight banging when I was up there.
Man,
That's
Darren, real
wild.
quick, man, if we can get this out the way, how tough is tight end, and I'm talking about mentally, the hardest position on the offense?
Man.
Because you got to know two different
Well,
sections of the game. You got to know the running game. You got to know the
Yeah.
passing game.
And can I add to that? Because I think now the tight end position, other
It's
than
completely
DB,
different.
is the most athletic and probably the most difficult
Oh, yeah.
position to play.
Tight end, we're definitely the most athletic. I mean, you think about it. Think about all the tight ends who came in who played basketball, never played football,
Yep.
Yep.
and then they come play basketball and stuff. And
Including yourself. You got game.
and I tell folks after the quarterback, tight end is the hardest position on the offense side of the ball, hands down.
What about left tackle?
What about it?
Yeah. You blocking.
man.
You're blocking.
Yeah.
You're
You're
You got like
blocking.
5 block schemes. That's about it, man.
No.
Get out of here.
Kick step,
You're
pushing
going
past the
against
quarterback.
Dwight Freeney.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
No, we're talking
Is
about
that it?
mentally. We're talking
Is
about
that it?
mentally.
mental.
Because you saying okay, I know I'm going.
I'm
against-
not minimizing.
No, but listen to me.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going against Dwight Freeney, but I'm also going against Dwight Freeney. And
Man,
then when I
that's what I
take
was gonna
off, I'm going against Ed Reed and Palomalo back there.
Got it.
So as I cross the middle,
This,
as I
this
cross the middle, okay, you got to
podcast,
watch out,
bussin',
man. Because,
bussin'.
look, I've already played with 2 Hall of Fame safeties, against 2 Hall of Fame safeties. But, what you were saying, man, the tight end, right now with the tight end position, I like to tell people, when I got to New England, I was labeled a blocking tight end, which I hate. Because I'm not a blocking tight end because there's never been one drafted in the first round, ever.
Ever.
Nope.
When I got to New England, they realized my blocking skills, and that's all because my coach in college taught me how to block, literally. So I knew both. And the tight end position is so key now to every team. If you think about all these Super Bowl teams, think about who they tight end is.
Beast.
Travis Kelce.
Man, I mean
Goddard.
most of those
Kittle.
most of
Kittle.
those teams have
Kittles.
a legit tight end on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And so-
you're absolutely right.
And so the tight end, tight ends are so hard to find and come by that most tight ends don't ever hit the free agent market.
They don't.
No. And see, I was the first one to hit the free agent market.
I never thought
and
about
set-
that.
And I set the standard for, now tight ends getting paid because I was the first one really to hit the free agent market.
30 mil. I'm counting pockets.
We count.
Hey,
We count them.
flex.
No, look, I'm
You
here.
over here stunting on him, man.
And look, we're gonna keep it real. I'm gonna educate y'all on something today.
Yeah.
Think about this though. The tight end position is the only position on the field where you're really considered. This one position is really considered 2.
Yep.
You're
Yeah.
either a blocking tight end or a pass catching tight end,
Yep.
and they pay you like that.
Wow.
And so
So if you're the catching tight end,
So this is why I left New England, because they were like, "You're a blocking tight end." No, I'm not a blocking tight end. This is how you guys choose to use me.
right.
I could have easily been the most selfish player, but I wasn't about that. You know, I'm all about the team. You know, I could have complained that I'm not getting no passes, all this other stuff, but because I was so good at blocking, they kept me in all the time. Ben Watson would go out for the passes and stuff, you know. So when it's time to, you know, come do contracts and stuff, they're like, well, you're a blocking tight end, and this is what we're going to offer you. And my agent's like, no, if this is how you guys, this is how you guys choose to use him, this is how you choose to use him. So if that's the case, pay him like a left tackle. You know?
Hey, you know what? You know what? That
So
is.
he doing your
That's
job
genius.
too.
Oh,
That's
He's doing your job too.
You know, and
That's
so they
genius.
were like, no, and Jeremy Shockey had he did his second contract, and they gave him 9 up front. All I was asking for was just give me $1 more million that he signed, and I'll stay. You know, and they were like, no, and I was like, I'm out of here. And,
Bill's
you know,
playing hardball.
Oh man, you know that's how they are right there. You know,
Yeah.
and, hey,
He
I'm
cheap,
like,
yo.
Hey,
He cheap.
Yeah, I'm out.
So,
rightfully so.
the Broncos paid the $1 million plus.
No, they did a few more. You
Oh,
know, hey,
got it.
thanks to Coach Shanahan and mister Bolin. Oh yeah, you know they made me that year the highest paid tight end in the league that year.
Love it.
And I set
This podcast,
the
I
standard.
set the
bussin'.
standard for tight ends after that, because the year after that, Dallas Clark, you know, now you know how contracts are. You want to get the next highest running, so Dallas Clark, you know, went head after me and stuff, and so. But it's just crazy how the tight end position is. You know, when it comes to free agency, and
Evolved.
you know, I mean, you're either blocking or you're pass catching. So
Right.
when you really come down to X's and O's on the football field, if you don't have a tight end that can stay on the field for 3 downs, you're tipping off to the defense. For
What do you
exa-
mean by
for-
that? Tipping off.
Well, so for example, Jimmy Graham,
Yeah.
pass catching tight end, he can catch that ball,
Baller.
Yeah.
but he couldn't block for nothing.
Got
So
it.
if
So when he
if
goes
comes
out, got
okay,
you.
so look, now they're gonna be probably running the ball because he
Got
can't
it.
block.
Got it.
You know,
Or
and-
they're running to the other side.
or they're gonna run to the other side and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
and
But when
when-
you're
when-
in, they don't know what
well,
they
see,
do.
when I was in, I never came off the field.
Right.
And so, you know, now we can't tip off to the defense and stuff. You know, you don't know if I'm going out for a pass or I'm staying in blocking, because I could do both and stuff. And it's very rare. And right now, I'm on the John Mackey committee, so I get to see.
Wow.
Oh.
Look
Yeah.
at this.
So I,
man.
yeah, so I get to put in a vote every year.
Bussin'.
Really?
I thought you
How
said
many-
you're hard to find, man.
I am.
But how
Hey,
did John
but you
Mackey?
didn't know that. Did you tell me that you did research?
Nah.
See, and you didn't know I was on the committee. So, you know.
I double clicked
And
on
he
you.
know you.
I couldn't find you. I'm like, what's
rolled-
this dude do?
Nah,
rolled
they
with
could
you.
find DG.
Well, I know I have his phone number.
Well, let's talk about that. So, as far as the committee, how many people are on the committee, or how does it
and
work when you're voting for awards like that?
Man, so, you know, towards the end of the season, you know, we all get on a conference call. You know, they put in the top 8 after the whole year, you know, see all the tight ends, put in 8, then we go vote down to 3. Then we go from 3 to 1 to who, you know, we think, you know, is the winner of the Mackie Award. But since I won it and to now, you know, I mean, I just said, you know, in our last meeting, like, it's hard to vote for a tight end based off of the criteria of winning a tight end, because all tight ends now are in
Are
the 3
different.
point. I mean, they're in the 2 point, flexed out. No
Yeah.
one's really in no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one really gets in the 3 point. No one really blocks no more.
Yeah.
Which, for these kids growing up who are playing tight end, I don't blame you for not wanting to block, because they don't pay blocking tight ends.
They don't pay.
They pay those that catch the ball. So I'm
Right.
trying to catch the ball every time. So now, I mean, the guy who won from Georgia, I mean, they got
That
him as
dude's
a
a
tight
baller.
end.
He's the
Man,
truth.
man, and he probably might be the first 2-time Mackie Award winner. You know,
Wow.
because he
He's a
was
sophomore. He's a
So he
sophomore.
has to come back next year.
Yes.
And this dude has been putting up wide receiver numbers his first 2 years.
What's his name?
Stetson?
Man, you
no,
know
not
what?
Stetson.
It's a
No,
damn shame.
yeah.
It's a
But
damn
Stetson
shame.
get
that-
Voted
Yeah.
for him and don't know the man's
No,
name.
it's all good, man. Like name
Yeah, it's a
slip.
damn shame.
Yeah,
But
we're
like,
just having fun.
no, yeah.
I'm
but-
sorry.
No,
but
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 they
like,
don't.
I should know that though.
you should.
Yeah, yeah. you
It's
know.
all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I forget his name, but
No, but-
I mean, he's a baller though.
He's a baller.
But to your point, it's like not blocking anymore, because what we're looking for is somebody
Yeah.
that could catch,
Yeah.
because the position has evolved, and now it's just that's what it is.
But the guy at Georgia reminds me a lot of Aaron Hernandez, honestly.
Does he?
He's that versatile.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I mean, he
run
make
reverses with
everything.
him. They throw it to him, and he can block just enough.
Got it.
He can block
Yeah.
just enough because Georgia has a strong running game.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He blocks just enough.
So he go out there and chip a little bit and then go on his route.
Yeah. But
Man,
they,
is that
also
right?
got
Darnell Washington.
no.
No,
But him,
no.
I was gonna say
That's 0.
That dude is big. Though.
That's number 0. So they got Georgia has 2 of
yeah,
them.
and the other dude's big.
Yeah.
and he's the blocking tight end.
Got
Yeah,
it. So real quick, because a lot of people want to
Bowers.
Yes.
Bowers. That's who it is. My
Yeah.
bad.
Thanks for research. My guy. Everybody wants to know, since you are a 2-time Super Bowl champ, a lot of things we could ask, but specifically being with the GOAT, tell us what the things that you learned in being, what was the experience with Tom Brady?
Man, see, I was with Tom Brady before
he was Tom Brady.
Before the GOAT.
Before
You
the
know,
GOAT
yeah.
status.
Yeah.
Okay,
You-
got it.
you
He was
know,
Tom.
Yeah, he was Tom. And when I say just down to earth, of course he's passionate. Got that fire on him. So yeah, you might see him on the sideline cussing somebody out, all this other stuff, but he's passionate on that field and about what he's doing out here. But off the field, down to earth, so cool to hang out with and stuff. But when I got to New England, I was, and I know you're talking about Tom Brady, but
Yeah.
But even talk about
Yeah,
Belichick.
well,
too.
talk about the
see-
whole
well, see,
experience.
When I
The whole
got
experience.
there, when I got drafted, it was only 5 of us drafted, and this is the year after they won their first Super Bowl.
Okay.
It was only 5 of us drafted, 2 free agents, and I came into a veteran team, and so it was like, look here, this is how we do it. They're defending Super Bowl champs. This is how we're professionals up here. This is how stuff is run.
Right.
Tom Brady had just won his first Super Bowl, but he wasn't that dude.
Yeah.
It was Willie McGinnis,
Yeah.
Teddy
yeah.
Bruce,
Ty Law.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah,
got it.
Ty Law. Lawyer Malloy was there my first year and stuff. And so
So those were like the leaders in the locker room.
that was. They were leaders the whole time I was there.
Got it.
Really,
Got it.
And then obviously Tom
He had to say.
evolved and he did his thing. Tom was definitely the leader on the offensive side of the ball.
Gotcha.
When I got there, he definitely was. But all those guys just showed me, how to be a professional. What we do. Being out there in New England, man, we didn't go out during the season.
Damn.
It was all about football. It was like you a party at the end of the season and stuff, but we're here about business. We're here to win championships, and like I said, I thought this is how the NFL was.
So DG, I love that you said that you taught, like, they taught you how to be a professional. For these young boys, what does that mean?
Man, if you want to last in this league, it's getting in your playbook. You're not late nowhere. There's no excuses on why you were late or why you didn't do anything. Coach Belichick demanded so much out of us.
Like what?
Detail.
Mm-hmm.
And just for example, this is how detailed we were in preparation for our games, and this is why we won most of the time.
So real quick, was Charlie Weiss the OC?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And so y'all got to understand too. I know this now after I left New England.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know this coming
Yeah,
in. Coming
yeah.
in.
Because you were
young.
just in it.
I was
right?
young.
Yeah.
as
You were
well,
22 years old, 23?
Something,
Yeah.
And but if we're playing a team that the Patriots, the AFC East, is not familiar with, so we're playing like the Lions or something, we might play once every 4 years or something. Belichick's coming in like, I got questions on Wednesday, so be prepared to answer these questions.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Y'all was
so-
taking quizzes.
Oh man, dog. So we come in on Wednesday and stuff, and I'm talking about, it's nervous. You nervous a little bit. You hope he ain't calling on you. You sit down with your head down.
With your head down, yeah,
hoping he don't call.
No
you
eye
and stuff,
contact, like,
yeah,
all right.
And he's like, Graham, who the linebackers this week? Oh, this so and so. Okay, well, who's his backup?
Wow.
Hey, this person right here. Okay, well, if it's third down, what are we expecting? We expecting blitz off the weak side, 2 off this side, boom.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So we know all this stuff in practice. By the time we get to a game, man, we done seen all this. We know it's third down. We know what to expect. Pressure off this side. One thing we didn't do in Denver, but we did in New England. And if you watch a game now, well, you can't watch it now. Brady's done. But, Brady would always come up and point to a mic. Oh, this is our mic. Okay, well, and a basic 4-3 defense, okay, the mic is right here in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But he might look to be like, okay, this is, again, preparation. Okay, 3rd and 10.
Somebody else is the mic.
They probably bringing 2 off the weak side. He going to switch the mic call to who was the will. Now this is the mic. So our whole offense is shifting to this protection. So we're picking up this blitz off this side.
Got it.
Man, this is why he never got hit. This is why we keep the chains moving and stuff.
Damn.
But our preparation was so second to none when I was there, and this is why we won all the time.
Man, so
That's crazy.
So then I think for me, like when you first got into the league, like who was your OG? Like who was a person that kind of took you under their wing and said, "Yo, this is how you do it"?
Willie Mack was the OG. He was my OG.
McGinnis?
Yeah, Willie McGinnis.
I like that.
We lived.
I like his style too.
We lived right next door, and he lived in an apartment building next to me. My rookie year, I picked him up. Hey, look here, Rook. This what time we get up. This what time we gonna be in the weight room. I mean,
That's what's
we'd
up.
be. Me and him were one of the first in the weight room, just because that's how he always was. He was one of the first in the weight room. Every day, and so. Like I'm saying, I'm learning how to be a professional. Okay, I'm up. Make sure I ain't late to pick him up, so we ain't late to get in here, so we can start our day off and stuff. But that he was my OG going in there.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, I didn't have an OG, but I wasn't a first round pick either. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
you don't have to be
Stop,
a first
man.
round pick
No.
to have an OG.
No, real talk, dude. But I didn't even know. Like, it sounds like he chose you.
man. I ain't gonna hate on you, but all right.
What?
Now you know what? It's not.
Damien ain't want to listen.
I'm not gonna say
Damien
like he
ain't wanna
chose
He don't
me.
want to listen.
He don't want to listen to
He's not
nobody.
listening.
But
What are you talking about?
hey, he went to Overland.
This podcast.
I'm like,
bussin'.
damn. I wish I would have, because there's so many things that I wish I would have known in terms of taking care of my body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like you had an OG in the league? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I did not, and I wish I did.
Gotcha.
That's what I was saying.
Got it.
Hey,
Yeah.
and I'm glad y'all had me on here because you know what? I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all.
Please do.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I hated working out.
Really?
Man, I hated working out. In the
And
weight
see, I
room.
love working out.
And see, I never squatted in high school, college, or the pros.
It's natural.
I'm coming.
God-given.
I'm gonna tell you, I was blessed.
Talent.
I was blessed to be an
Man
athlete.
strength.
I didn't even have man strength. I was just blessed to be a true athlete.
Technique too, though.
But I was
Yeah.
taught techniques. But man, I would leg press. I never squatted. I would come in bench. I would never go no more than 275. I'm not putting 3 plates on here. I'll rep 275. Do whatever I do. Throw it up. Do some curls, and I'm out of here.
You sound like a basketball player. Yeah, that's what we would do.
But
Not 275.
Not 275.
hey, no, that's it, bro. I'm telling
We
you.
get to 225
Hey,
maybe.
I'm not doing 280. Two plates and a 25. Boom. Hey, that's it. And
You had a nice shot too, man. You
man,
kept it nice.
I appreciate
you
that.
kept it nice.
I need to have my nephew watch it because
Yeah.
my nephew knows me to be a football player, not no basketball.
Oh no,
player.
you could go in basketball, man.
Man, and see, I don't know if y'all know, I also played baseball. I didn't play football
Yep.
until high school.
Yeah,
I
I knew
played
that.
basketball and
Yep.
baseball my entire life.
Yeah.
And so, growing up for me, people, I can never say that it was my dream to play in the NFL. I didn't play till high school. I thought I was going to play basketball and
crazy.
baseball.
So was that intentional by your pops? Because your pops
Yeah.
played,
Yeah.
and he played. Was it the Broncos?
Yeah.
What did he want to?
Oregon too. Oregon, University of Oregon. Let's make sure we
Absolutely.
have that out there.
Shout it out.
Oregon Duck.
Was that intentional?
Man, I think it was, man. I think my dad was ahead of his time when he was dealing with all the head stuff. My dad was like, no, you're not playing till high school. So me and my brother,
Wow.
and we never played till high school. So growing up, it was basketball and baseball. I played baseball. My brother didn't play baseball, and
Yeah.
he wasn't really all
He
that.
wasn't. Nah.
He wasn't really.
He
all
wasn't
that
the same
basketball.
kind of
Man, that
athlete.
boy was out there
He
striking
was a
out.
beast.
No, Josh, he'll foul out in the
Yeah.
first quarter.
He was swinging that baseball bat way too
He
hard.
was playing football
This just
on
takes
the
some
basketball
technique.
court.
Yeah, that's what
like
he
he was
was doing.
tackling people
Yeah,
and
yeah.
strong picks. It's
Yeah,
like, nah, you can't do that job.
Shout out to Josh.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, man. But like I said, I was blessed to be a true athlete.
That's crazy because the thing is we have not a debate, but I don't think a lot of people can do that. Like for me, I played football late, and it did not turn out that way,
Yeah.
right? Because I just don't have the frame that you have. And if you look at the three of y'all, like y'all were built for football, I would say. Whereas, like, if I started football in high school, like, I don't think it would pan out the same.
Back in the day, but now, like, when you see the football players these days,
You're even
these dudes
prototypical.
be like,
You think
like,
so?
Yeah.
oh, 100%. They don't look like us. Like, there's a couple.
No, it's some dudes out
Come
there
on,
now.
man.
No,
Dudes.
no, there's some dudes
Yeah.
that are beasts. But
No, I got you.
Yeah.
there's some dudes that.
But the average, not the average Joe, but for football, you're saying they're slimmer now and more lean than
100%. That's what
Well,
I
you know
say.
what? They're
bulky.
taking care of their bodies more, though.
Yes,
now.
I
They're
agree
doing
with
way
that.
more than what we were doing then. You
Got
know,
it.
and they're starting to do that at a younger age than what we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then let's fast forward. Well, let's go back a little bit more. Let's talk about CU because you got the patent leather, black and gold,
With the
A1s,
ankle socks
or
on and
Air
shit.
Jordans.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
looking
saying?
clean, man. Tell us how excited you are about Deion coming to CU.
Man, I'm so excited. I mean, we've been everyone's homecoming game for the last 10 years, man.
So let me ask you, man. And I love CU because hometown. Maybe you're not the right person to ask this, but I said CU has a great talent. People like yourself, Roman Hollowell, Marcus Houston. Name some others for me.
No,
Chad Johnson.
See, you had
A lot of
a whole
people.
bunch
Yeah.
of ballers
When were y'all a powerhouse, though? Like a national powerhouse?
in the late '90s, early
No.
2000s.
Well,
No.
see, I'm not gonna say that we were a powerhouse. The year, my junior year,
This podcast,
we were
bussin'
3-7, 3-8.
bussin'.
My senior year,
Y'all
we
beat
came
Texas.
out the blue, out of nowhere, and won the Big 12 championship.
Hey, was that Texas y'all beat in Nebraska?
That was
Nebraska-
Texas.
no,
that-
Nebraska.
We beat Nebraska. We beat
I
the
was
brakes
there,
off of
but it was
them.
Yeah.
Texas.
But it was Texas. We beat in the Big 12
yes,
championship.
Yes.
yes.
So I'm not gonna say that we were a powerhouse, but my senior year, or we were that squad.
Y'all were that squad.
It was the '90s when it was okay. That's a powerhouse right there.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
fair.
This
Yeah.
podcast,
Herman, I hope you're
bussin'
listening to this
bussin'.
Yeah.
because we had a big old argument about this. But anyway,
Yeah,
tell us about Deion and CU, man.
man, I'm excited. I mean, you know, I don't know who's gonna see this. My oldest brother's gonna be mad at me because my oldest brother went to CSU.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And so, you know, he hit me up. Oh, man, Deion here. Oh, man, this is for the state. This is for – nah, partner.
That's for us.
If you ain't got black or gold
It's
on,
for us.
you ain't with us and stuff. You know?
This
Man, he sent me a
podcast,
picture with his
bussin'
prime
bussin'.
gear and stuff. You know, I was like, oh.
And he went to CSU?
Yes, man. I was like, oh, you really did that?
They don't make that
You
a
gonna
green and
sell
gold.
out, huh? You gonna sell out?
Man, he like, I don't care, man. You know, but that's just the excitement. You
The
know,
effect that it
yeah,
has, right?
yeah, you know,
No.
I mean, that he came here. I mean, just overnight, we the number one talked about university.
Literally overnight.
overnight.
Absolutely.
You know, number one talked about university. You know, in the country.
Man,
and
top
stuff.
20 recruiting class overnight.
Yeah, and you know, man, I'm so excited being alumni and stuff. Like I said, we weren't the last time we were really good was my senior year.
Yes.
20 years ago. That's a damn shame.
No, y'all had a
No,
couple good runs.
Hey, you what?
like
You
y'all
tell
went
me.
to you went to
No,
the
just because you go
the
to a bowl,
Pac-12 championship.
win.
Yeah,
When y'all
was
played
that?
Santa Clara.
We never went to the Pac-12.
Santa
we were
Clara.
that was
Oh,
back in.
no, was it the Big 12?
That's Big 12.
Yeah, you're
No,
right.
but
Yeah.
2000. No, but
No.
2007 was that 2000?
No, but
That was a
18
Big
days.
12.
okay,
Big
but
12.
Big
what
12?
happened in that championship game?
Y'all played in Santa Clara on everything.
That was Pac-12 championship.
That was Pac-12 championship.
Pac-12 championship
With the quarterback,
Wait,
the kind of unorthodox quarterback. I think he was
man, please somebody do some research because either I'm mistaken.
he did.
Pac-12.
Y'all went to the Pac-12
Y'all went to
championship
Pac-12
in
championship.
2018.
I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. And it was, I believe, Melendez was the quarterback. Mendez.
Mendez.
Man, he got a shot at the league too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
please, you doing some research? Because
I will.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mind. You know, I tell folks
I'm
I used
with
to
you.
get hit in the head for a little bit.
Yeah, let's.
I
not-
don't remember going to the Pac-12 championship.
It might have been Pac-10.
It would have to have been
Y'all
Pac-12.
played Washington, man.
They played. Y'all played somebody in Santa Clara and you won.
Y'all played Washington.
Okay.
No,
We
they
did not
never
win
won.
the
They didn't
Pac-12.
win the Pac-12.
You lost.
No.
Got it.
All right. We're
Well,
gonna find
while
out.
he's
'Cause
finding
y'all had
out,
Witherspoon. Y'all had Witherspoon on that squad. The cat that went to San Francisco.
Man, I don't even remember who were on them teams.
I tell you, but that's
2016.
Yep.
And went to the championship
Played
Washington.
Played Washington.
oh, got it.
and
Yeah.
the championship.
Yeah.
Championship.
In Santa Clara, Washington beat the brakes off of y'all, but y'all were 10-2 in 2016.
Okay, so you know
That's
what?
one-
See, I've been
1 out of 20 years. I'm with you.
okay.
No,
I'm
it's
with
fair. Completely
Yeah, I'm with
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I'm with
know,
And
hey,
the Huskies were 11-1.
okay.
There it is.
So they balled out
There
that
it is.
year.
So I was going to ask, so just to have a little bit of fun, how do you think they're going to do Deion's first year?
Honestly, I think we're going to a bowl game.
100%.
So that's
This,
6 wins.
This
That's at least 6
podcast,
wins.
bussin',
I agree with you
bussin'.
100%.
I
Yeah.
do too.
I've
Yeah.
said that the whole time.
Yeah.
They're going bowling.
Yeah.
Bowling?
Yeah, I mean, that's 6 wins. And, you know, we got a lot of good transfers in here. And, you know, the class coming in is good. And I tell you, we're going to win a few games just because of the coaching. Because our
Dude.
coaching staff is off the chain.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you.
Got it.
And because of that is why we're going to squeak out a few games, I think.
And so that's what
Yeah.
leads versus 6 games might be 7 or
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
I'm saying minimum 6.
Minimum
and anybody
6.
watching this that wants to bet, I'm willing to bet.
Man,
Well,
so,
let me ask you if it. Go ahead, come. My bad.
man, so then I think the question I want to ask is Boulder ready for Deion?
And
When
It's
the
too
like,
late.
like when the
Catch
season
up.
starts and he steps out there and it's
you know what? I mean,
Play my theme music.
play my theme music, Boulder.
It's too late.
no,
because
but
because
you know,
because the crazy thing about it, Dan, man, I remember. So CU recruited me as well, and I didn't fall for it, but you fell for it. I almost fall for it. Neuheisel left a message on my answer machine that had me thinking, yo, I was way better than I was.
but that's how all coaches are, though.
No, but Tricky Ricky is different.
And he can recruit.
Tricky Ricky was different.
And he can recruit.
He can recruit. So what I'm saying.
So hold on. On that note, real quick.
Yeah.
Before Neuheisel left Colorado, let me tell y'all
Y'all
who
was
was
straight.
let me tell y'all who was coming though. The year that he left.
I thought I was coming.
No, this is after
Our
our
year.
class though.
Okay, okay.
But Troy Polamalu was coming.
Okay.
Corey Redding was coming.
Ooh.
And Carson Palmer was coming.
Wow.
Ballers.
And when Neuheisel left, they all dipped.
Wow.
Hey man, let me
I'm
tell
trying.
you.
If
That would have
Neuheisel-
been a
if he
game
never
changer.
left, we would have played for the national.
See, this is the insider scoop we don't have
No,
access to.
Dan came to A State on a recruiting trip. I went to A State on a recruiting trip. Tricky Ricky and
That's funny.
and
Tricky
coach
Ricky.
Jesus, he coached at
It's
Montbello.
like a
That
universal
sound like
name.
trouble.
Yeah.
but that's what they call
It's like a
Tricky
universal
Ricky.
name.
Yeah.
Yo, Tricky Ricky could recruit his ass
Man.
off. He had me thinking I was way better than I was. But at the end of the day, if he would have stayed at CU, y'all were straight.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, in my opinion, his only mistake recruiting was not getting Tony Lindsay. That was his only mistake.
Shout out to Tony.
And Tony
Yeah.
went to Oklahoma State, or
Yeah.
yeah.
And
He's a baller.
And his freshman year,
absolutely.
what he did to CU,
I remember
Hey.
that.
Tore y'all asses up.
yeah.
Gave y'all the
Hey,
business.
man, respect to him, man. That's one person that doesn't get a lot of love out of Colorado.
No, at all.
Yeah.
And,
Tony
you know, I
Lindsay.
know that's your TJ homeboy. When we were growing up, they
But
kind of
you know what?
they kind of
But-
shaded me, but, like,
He did?
no, they did, like, their family. But it's good. Like, we're good. We're 40 years old.
How they
All
shake
right.
you?
All right.
No,
what
man,
you
let me
talking
ride the
about?
scooter. And they were like, nope. You too big.
Oh,
I
was
like,
you
all
10?
right. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. No, they're good people, man.
No, shout
Yeah.
out to the Lindsays.
Yeah.
All the way down.
Yeah.
Dang, that TJ lineage in football is different.
Man, different.
That
Yeah.
But
the Grahams, the Houstons,
But
the
can I
Lindsays.
say? But
the
can I
Whites.
say? Can I say that DPS put some respect on DPS's name?
Oh,
Because
come
when
on now.
Dan and myself
this
came out,
podcast, bussin'.
I don't know what happened before us, but in terms of
No, it was some ballers before us.
yeah, it was some ballers before us. Damn, but when
that
we came out,
97 to like 2000.
Josh went to North Carolina, which at that time
Was unheard of.
Was unheard of from a kid from Colorado to go to North Carolina.
But Q Sav was there the year before.
Yeah.
But
It don't matter.
They didn't talk about it.
matter.
Yeah.
Because Josh was way major than Q was.
Yeah, he was.
Because Josh was nationally ranked, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the number one recruit in this region.
For a D lineman.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was the number one recruit in the region.
Oh.
Wow. Shout out.
This
Joshua.
podcast,
And he was way better than I was in football.
bussin'.
Man, let me tell you. That 97 class, and I'm being biased,
Yeah.
I feel that in the 90s,
No, that was a great class.
we cracked off that major college, that major big time. Because when I went to Arizona State was number 1 in the nation at that time. And they was vying for a national championship. And I'm shocked you didn't go there.
No, you know what? Because
Because you told me you had a blast on your recruit
no,
trip.
and this was my mindset. I said, "Why? Wherever I have the most fun, at a recruiting trip,
I ain't going.
Look,
That's
That's
what
why I'm
I'm
not
saying.
going.
You different.
Man.
You
This
different.
Dog, in
podcast,
Arizona
bussin',
State,
bussin'.
that
Hey,
recruiting
you
trip
knew
was
it.
off the chain.
You was different.
Hey,
You was
man.
different, DG.
DG, can I tell you a story? I went to Texas Southern. I went to Johnson C. Smith. I went to A&T. I went to A&M.
A&M what? Texas
Florida.
A&M?
No, I
Florida
wasn't,
A&M?
I wasn't no Texas A&M.
Okay, I
athlete.
just got to
These
These
Sorry.
are all HBCUs.
I got to clarify.
Oh, nice.
So why don't you go HBCU route? Let's talk about that.
Because I would have had 13 kids by 14 different I knew, like, I was in Texas Southern, and the dude was like, my host, he was like, yo, you see all this? And it was like all the fraternities and sororities and all these women. And he was like, you see all these women? I'm like, 17, 18-year-old self. I'm like, yeah, I see it. And then he was like, they're all yours. And I'm like, I can't handle it. I want to go home. I wanted to go home. I was like, I
want to
can't
go to
do-
Weber State.
Yeah, I want to go to Weber State. Weber State.
Where all the
give
white
me,
women at.
Hey, give me the dotted line.
It's too much color right here, man. You
Where
just
the
not
white
know
women
me.
at?
Too much
Where the white
melanin.
women at?
Too much melanin. I need to go. Hey, you know how Kevin Hart be like,
He was
no.
Where's Amy and Becky? I don't see none in this crowd. I'm joking.
Sensory overload. I knew where I would have been in Houston with like 15 kids right now.
Got it, man. I hear you. Well, DG, we're going to have a little fun with you, all right? We got this little game we call this or that.
Yeah.
You get to choose one or the other, but you can't give context of why you chose it.
Yeah.
So you just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
If it gets too hard, you can pass.
There ain't no consequences.
No, it ain't. Yeah, it ain't wild. We
Yeah.
ain't wilding out here. So,
This podcast,
We gonna start it
bussin',
up.
bussin'.
so first question: DMX or Jada Kiss?
Oh. Jada Kiss,
Okay. Ice Cube or Snoop?
Ice Cube,
Ooh, I didn't
It's gonna-
expect
my
that one.
man. Jay Cutler or Matt Hasselbeck?
Matt Hasselbeck,
We can go into that story.
Stephen A. or Skip Bayless?
Skip Bayless.
Ooh,
Kendrick or Drake?
Oh, Kendrick all day.
hands down.
I thought so. Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts,
Rihanna or Beyonce?
Rihanna,
Oh, he answered that thing fast.
All right, now this
That's
is
my
where it's
secret
going to get tough.
truck.
Tony Gonzalez or Shannon Sharpe?
Shannon Sharpe,
Travis Kelce or Shannon Sharpe?
Shannon Sharpe,
I want to throw in that. Shannon Sharpe or Antonio Gates?
Shannon Sharpe,
Woo! Okay. LBJ or Jordan?
Kobe,
82 or 89?
89.
Yeah, those were stone face. My God.
Hey, man,
My guy.
so is it because Shannon did just enough blocking?
No, man.
Because Shannon
I mean,
tell you I cut off the backside.
Hey, you saw
you
yourself
know.
in him, right?
Man, so it's funny you say 82 or 89. They called me Baby Shannon growing up. But I wore 89 because Mark Bavaro was my guy growing up.
Man, Mark Bavaro was a truth.
And so, this was before Shannon came around.
Yes.
Right.
My godfather played for the Giants at the time, so I always watched the Giants, and I just love Mark Bavaro. I mean,
So you're a
Bavaro
Giants
was a
fan.
beast.
no,
Hey,
I'm,
man,
not I'm not. I was when my godfathers were playing. I was little then.
Got
I
it.
remember Bavaro on Tecmo Bowl.
Man, I remember
man.
Bavaro
Yeah.
against the
Man.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Hey, that too.
Hey, on another note, if you want to get banged in Tecmo Bowl, I still got it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I'll beat your ass in Tecmo Bowl.
Crazy.
And NBA Jam.
I don't play that. I play Tecmo
Yeah.
Bowl. But, so for me, I always wore 89. Because
Got it.
because Mark Bavaro was my guy and stuff.
That's dope.
But being from here, I always watched Shannon. And
Got you.
From when we started watching football, because I know it's some greats before Shannon that Shannon will show they love to. But for us, I mean, like I'm saying, for me, it was Mark Bavaro when I was 1 or 2. But when I really understand football and all this other stuff, it was Shannon Sharpe all the way.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
I mean, as Bronco fans, and even if you're not a Bronco fan, that dude was a beast.
Baller.
And
He was the
always
truth.
open. And it reminds me, Travis Kelce right now reminds me of Shannon Sharpe. How the hell is this dude always open?
Always open. So let me ask you, from a tight end to another tight end who's a Hall of Famer, what set Shannon Sharpe apart?
Man, I tell you what, because we can't say it was just blocking,
Yeah.
but man, that dude would always be open. And when he caught that ball, man, he's taking it off. He's downfield.
Yeah.
And he's getting that yards after the catch and talking trash, but backing it up.
And DG,
Yeah.
he just had like this field presence too.
Yeah.
Like he was just like when he was on the field, you knew he was on the field and he was a threat.
Yeah. I mean, think about this, though. I mean, like I said, we all, I'm assuming, grew up Bronco fans.
Yes.
No.
No,
Okay.
except James.
Okay.
I used to
Step
be
killer,
until
step
they
killer.
Talk
met
to
the
him.
Giants, the Skins,
Okay, but see,
the
look,
49ers.
so growing up,
John Elway's my guy, though.
growing up,
That's my favorite quarterback.
okay, another story. Growing up, we all saw them 3 losses, and it was hard being, seeing your team lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when that era of, Terrell Davis, Mike Shanahan and stuff,
Cold
man,
blood.
the Broncos were so cold.
They was cold
So
blooded.
cold.
Man,
But they
I mean,
won our
when-
freshman year.
They won our senior year and our freshman year.
No.
No, the freshman year
No,
in
it
college.
was our
they
freshman year in
won.
college.
Yeah.
And they won our
90.
senior year. They won back to back.
No,
They
no,
did.
no,
It was
no.
senior year
It was
and
our
sophomore.
freshman year. It was our freshman
I
year
remember.
in college, sophomore year in college.
I was in
Really?
junior college that year.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
right.
So, but it was like, man, if you just think about that team right there, man, the Broncos was cold.
Cold.
Oh, no,
Man,
absolutely.
I mean, they
cold.
run it. I mean, and yes, Elway was cold. Elway was a beast. But when he got Terrell Davis, this set everything open for the offense. Because man, that run game was a beast.
Beast.
And now next thing you
beast.
know, Elway doing this, pulling that thing, bootlegging,
Yeah.
Shannon Sharpe dragging. And,
Touchdown.
And if he ain't throwing to him, Ed McCaffrey or Rod
Touchdown.
Smith,
Smith.
wide open, way down, man. That
Or the
that-
Three Amigos, whatever.
No, that was
Wasn't no
Wait,
Three
oh, that was
Amigos.
way before.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
when
they
they
was getting
lost the
smashed.
three.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
was
when they
getting
was getting
smashed.
smashed. But man, they had
If he
the
would have had
squad,
that squad
yeah,
back then, yeah, oh, that would have been
yeah.
a different. That would have been
Yeah.
a dynasty.
So do you mind if I change the course a little
Yeah,
bit on
absolutely.
the
Go ahead, man.
conversation? So
and I just before we change the course, they are not. I just have to put this out
Go.
there on the air. My man Kobe is not getting no respect in this GOAT conversation, but we're gonna leave that there. I know that you, yeah,
I'm a Bron. I'm a Bron fan. I'm a
Okay.
Bron.
Bussin',
Yeah.
bussin'.
I'm Jordan.
man.
I'm Team Bron.
I'm Brown,
Yeah.
but I love Kobe.
I'm Kobe all day.
Kobe's mentality is unmatched.
I'm Kobe all day.
Yeah.
Kobe.
So we had this conversation before, just like snippets. But like in college, they have the NIL shit right now. If you were in that same place right now with the NIL deals, what's something that you would tell these young brothers to do to advance themselves long term? Financially.
Well, I mean, financially, obviously get someone that can teach you about finances, and especially get someone who can teach you about taxes, because he coming to get his.
Yeah,
So
Uncle Sam's
don't get
gonna get
messed up collecting this money, not knowing about taxes, that you got to pay taxes and stuff. But like you're saying, it's a whole new era now, man. And you know, the sad thing is, in my opinion, you know, dealing with this NIL stuff is that now guys are trying to go get paid in college, and that's all you worried about. So, you know, okay.
They don't even want
You
to
know,
become professionals? Is that?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, like, I was talking to, you know, my barber today. Like, I'm going to just go ahead and raise my kid to be the greatest college player. Because, I mean, what some of these kids are getting in college, in this NIL stuff, and it's very, very few, though, that are just really making millions. But, you know, some guys, you know, you can retire after college. You know,
Facts.
you know,
Yeah,
and then
depending on your deal.
and depending on what your deal is and stuff, you know, 5-10 years from now, I mean, you can make so much in college and then be like, you know what, I'm cool on the professional league because I'm not even going to put my body through this. I'd have made so much in college and stuff. But to me, it just takes away from guys really working hard or harder. Because now, if I'm getting this money in college, why should I work harder or whatever? Because once you get a little bit of money, your mindset is going.
It changes.
It might. I'm not gonna say it is going to, but it might change.
Oh, it would have
a
changed
little
mine.
bit of
It would
really
change
working
mine.
hard
No, I
to
got
get
you.
into the next level to where you're really getting paid. So I love when Coach Prime come out talking about, "Hey, I ain't hard to find, but I ain't got no NIL money."
Yep.
You know, I'm telling you right
But
now.
I can show you how to
ain't
get
got it.
there.
Yeah.
I can show you how to get there, but I
Yeah.
don't got it right now.
But you know, to answer your question, you know, and for me, if I can go back and do everything over again in college, I would take nothing but finance classes. You know?
Wow. Okay.
You know, so I hope these kids now are learning finance, you know, and learning how to save your money and stuff when you're getting this.
Can we stay there? Because that was a great question, Damo.
Yeah.
So, did you have? I'm sure. Did you have mistakes and hardships as you were a young professional getting money at that magnitude? Like, what things were happening that you weren't prepared for? Like, other than taxes and things like that, what were the things you had to worry about?
Man, well, see, I know that I was a fortunate one that when I got to the league, my godfather was a head of a money sports management. So
Got
he
it.
assigned me my financial advisor, who is my financial advisor to this day.
To this day.
You know, and so
This
I've always
podcast,
had
bussin'.
someone who knows all this stuff in my corner from day one, because
That you trust too.
yeah, that I trust, and that's the biggest thing too, because I know my financial advisor ain't gonna mess up or do me wrong because he don't want to have to answer to my godfather, you know.
Right.
But everyone ain't fortunate like that, you know, to be put in that position right there and stuff. And you know, I did stupid stuff with my money. And see, and this is the thing too, like, yeah, you know, I grew up in Southeast Denver and stuff, you know, but I did not know how much $1 million was. You know, and so
That's
you know,
some deep shit right there.
yeah.
Let's talk about that.
No,
man. How
sit
much-
there. Sit there
Yeah,
for a
sit
minute.
right
That's some
there.
deep
Absolutely.
shit.
Yeah.
Sit
Like
right
what
there.
what is $1 million?
And see, and it's like, you know, seeing this, and you know, like when I'm getting a paycheck, you know, from the league, and see, and this is a mistake too that our community does not understand and needs to know and needs to learn that because you played in the NFL does not mean you're a millionaire.
There you go.
You know, most of the guys on the team are not millionaires, and they probably have to get a job when they retire.
Me.
You know,
You most definitely had to get a job.
I had to get a job.
you know,
Yeah.
but it's like,
Man, it's paying you like $60,000.
They didn't pay me shit.
Niggas would get paid like $50,000.
Hey, niggas was
paid for 2 weeks.
niggas
Hey,
was
man,
walking.
Damo got like a hey,
Talk about
hey,
you
but
gonna get
Damo
a
got like
pension
a
off of 2 weeks.
hey man, Damo got an
Stop, man.
Hey, Damo got an $800 signing bonus.
Hey, me and Darcy was like, yeah, man, we in this
Got a
together,
meal.
brother. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He got a meal at Del Frisco.
That's it.
yeah,
He acting like he been with this man in the trenches. Like, yeah, man, I had an OG. I needed one. It's like, dude, you my guy, man. You was
Hey
only there
man,
for 3
nobody
weeks.
gets an OG when they're getting a $5,000
Right, man.
signing bonus.
Hey, maybe
Practice
maybe not.
player. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Why you disrespect this
I'll
man
take
like
it.
that?
Anyway,
Hey.
go ahead.
you know, so like you're saying, and so when and I've had this conversation with my nephew who's at Wyoming playing basketball, and other student athletes and stuff, and I'm gonna just break it down to y'all real quick. I did not know what $1 million was, but now that I'm here and I'm talking to kids, I'm letting them know, okay, and let's just say you get $1 million. Okay, so off rip, Uncle Sam is getting his
40%.
So let's just say now I probably have 700,000 at least, probably after Uncle Sam take his.
Absolutely.
Okay, so he's number one in line. Number two is the agent. So he gonna get his 3%, whatever that might be.
Right.
So let's just say right now I'm down to maybe 650, 600. Okay, now you want to go buy a car. Okay, you ain't gonna put you ain't gonna buy it out most likely, but you're gonna put down 20, 40. So okay, now you down to what, 580?
Yeah.
Okay, I might, want to go buy a house, and me being drafted in the first round allowed me to buy a house in Denver and in Boston. But
Got it.
everyone else who's not first round, they're most likely renting or buying a house, but most of them are renting.
Right.
And can't get a place,
Both
places like
both
that.
places. Yeah.
But because I was first round and
You
got,
had guaranteed money for like 3 years or something
so
like that.
it allowed me to have a place in Boston and here. So now after I buy the house and stuff, okay, I might put 100 down there. Okay, now I'm really down to like to 450. And so when you put
Then you got to buy furniture for the house.
well, you got to buy furniture for the house and all this other stuff, and then
you got to live.
Okay, you got to live, and so
Your groupie money.
after the and
Just stop.
But see-
Corey.
You gotta have a
You gotta
groupie
make
fund.
it rain.
You gotta have a
and-
groupie
and see,
fund.
But and it's like so with our community and stuff, it's a shame that most of us don't have money growing up. So when we get it, we got to show it. Like why?
Yeah.
And I'm speaking on this today, but I did not know all this then.
100%,
Back
brother.
then.
Because
you're young and you're like, I wanna floss a little
and all
bit.
This other stuff. So I my first car, I bought a Navigator. I had the 20s on it and everything, and I'm in Boston and stuff. And I remember driving downtown, and somebody was like, "Oh, that's Daniel Graham's car." Because out in Boston, nobody has rims on their cars. Like, it snows too much, all this other stuff. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh. I traded my car in like a week later, took the rims off. I don't want people to identify me because I got rims on my car and stuff.
So then you might be a target or something
Yeah,
like that.
you
I'm with
be
you.
a target and stuff. And then, I really was never into jury, but I remember JayZ rapping after after a Mike Tyson fight or something. And he had this clean
Jesus peace.
it was just a rope.
Got it.
It was so clean. I was like, oh man, I got to get one of them right there and stuff, So I bought this damn chain, and that thing cost me about 70,000 or whatever.
Damn.
It was just nice and classy and stuff. But then I put it on and stuff, and I'm like, man, this is not me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna be walking around here with this thing on. Now I'm a target. Everyone, trying to see all this
Right.
stuff, man. I think I wore that thing 3 times and stuff. And fortunate for me, I didn't have my name spelled out in the document. So I broke that thing up, and I ended up, I still got, gave my daughter a tennis bracelet and stuff,
Right.
Matter of fact, this ring I got on is from the diamonds I bought my rookie year. And stuff,
Wow.
That's nice, man.
But it's just like, parents of these athletes, who are making it to the league now need to hear this. Because your kid is in the NFL does not make him a millionaire. And he got bills and all stuff. And then when the off season comes, you're going to want to take a trip and stuff, and it's just so much that our community needs to learn about finances
yes.
and money and how to have this longevity and stuff. And so, like, saying to you earlier, if I can go back to college, I will take nothing but finance classes, just to
manage your
learn,
money.
so I can learn about it too and not have to depend on, like a lot of guys, who get to the league, got to find a financial advisor that have no idea, nothing about this dude, don't know him. So you got to trust him.
Right.
that
To
he
manage
ain't
your
taking-
money.
that he ain't taking your money because I don't know how to do no stocks, I don't know how to do none of this stuff, and so, it's something that our community needs, bad.
Man, I remember DG Chain a long time ago.
Podcast, bussin'.
He was like, yo, your first contract, you make sure that you're set up. Your second contract, maybe you can, kind of take care of family a little bit. You know what I mean? But make sure that you're set up yourself on that first contract. And I remember DG talking about that chain. You know what I mean? How bad of of an investment that was. But but using those diamonds for your current ring.
Man, you know,
So, but that's love, brother.
Yeah.
You busted
Hey,
down.
more young brothers need to hear stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it resonates with me.
Exactly.
As I've gotten older, I'm more frugal. Like, I just like cut corners on finance shit. Just
Man,
like
Copperfit ain't frugal. Copperfit's pretty good.
hey, you said, hey, the compression socks.
It ain't frugal at all, huh?
Hey, you gotta order them off of
AARP. AARP already, man. You retired?
Hey, I got nothing to say.
funny.
Okay, that was good.
Man, what we talking about?
I'm done.
Dang, where are we gonna go?
No,
That was
man.
funny.
Hey, I was gonna go on some financial like deep shit, but Sauce, you hit me with that one. That was good.
Let's talk about your Super Bowl experiences, because I mean that's the pinnacle, that's the goal. Tell us, take us through that week for you, or the couple days of like how you prepped, and then once you won it, like where did that happen? I couldn't imagine what that felt like to be a
Man.
champion.
So I tell you, I got drafted after the Patriots won their first Super Bowl, and
Right.
I was at the ceremony when they got their ring, and I was so mad that I was here, cause, in my mind, I'm like, it's so hard to get here, and then you just don't know if you'll ever get to this moment. So I don't want to celebrate with these dudes who I had nothing to do with this.
Got it.
So that shit. I mean, that sucked. Seeing
Got
everybody get their rings, and I'm just sitting here as a rookie, like,
Watching it.
looking at this, like, damn, I want one of them,
Right.
And so, my rookie year, we didn't even go to the playoffs. We were bad that year, and so the first year, my second year, we end up going to the Super Bowl, and
Right.
that's the ultimate goal, just of anyone playing that sport, and it was just, it was off the chain. It was unbelievable. I was so excited for my dad just to be able to be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because he played 7 years and never went to the playoffs.
Mm.
And
Damn.
so, I was so excited, for him more than anything because, being in that football fraternity, that family,
Right.
he gets to see his son play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, man, I tell you, that game was, I was holding my breath and stuff, because
Who did y'all play?
we played Carolina the first year.
Got it.
Like
That was
saying
the
and it
Peppers,
came-
right?
Yeah, and it
Man,
came,
tight game. That
it
was a
came-
tight
it
game.
came
It
down
was.
to the field goal and
Yeah.
stuff, but
Vinatieri.
being my first time there, you have no idea what to expect. But I'm on this team with a whole bunch of vets. They were just here 2 years ago. They telling us all the experience. So most of our team already played in the Super Bowl. So it's not like we got a whole team full of guys who never been there, don't know what to do. They were just there 2 years ago. So
Got it.
So it was almost like, okay.
They were
we're
like the
back here.
vets,
Yeah,
like,
they were like
we
the
know
vets,
how this
walked us
operates.
through here and everything. And, they tell you, take care of all your tickets, get all that stuff out the way. Because when we get to where we were in Houston my first year. So when we get to Houston, you don't have to worry about no tickets, get all that stuff out the way. Because when we get down here, it's going to be a circus, and, I just did preparation like it was a regular week, and right after practice, I went back to my room and stuff. I stayed in the room. I didn't go down and
You
do
didn't
none
go
of that stuff.
none of the
No,
festivities.
Man, what's
Nothing.
so I think for me, what's the craziest question you've ever heard during media day?
Man, I don't even remember. I don't even remember, man. It was so long ago and stuff. But, winning that first Super Bowl, it was.
Had
I
to
just felt
be
like I was on
amazing.
top of the world.
Yeah.
it
For
was,
real.
It was so damn, exciting, for me and then the rest of my family being out there, being able to
That's dope.
celebrate with me and stuff. And so, and I'm gonna tell y'all, man, my second Super Bowl, the Patriots third. I was like, man, we supposed to be here. This is
Yeah.
what we,
Yeah, I'm used to it now.
I'm
yeah.
used to this now. Like, hey, this is what we do and stuff. And so, but that first one was, just unbelievable experience. And I tell you, man, we partied after that.
Oh, I
You know,
bet.
Let me
I
see.
bet.
We
I
had
bet.
that first one. It was Snoop, Lionel Richie.
That boy,
and-
extremes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But you had like, the older folks over there and stuff.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Kraft and all his.
Oh, they need to
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Snoop, and there was another artist, I forget who it was, but I mean, we partied all night long.
Yeah.
Man, so
That's dope.
Dan,
That's
so
dope.
Dan, I think for me, man, give us a lighter side of Bill, because I think
What?
it's this narrative painted about Bill that he's just so like,
Man,
business
Coach,
stoic.
I tell you what, greatest coach of all time. That was not even up for discussion.
Damn.
But
Man,
he
what we
got-
talking
My
about?
bad.
he has a dry sense of humor, man. That is so funny, man. So funny, and and it's little stuff. Like what you see on TV is what we get all day, every day. And this is a true story too. So we're in the meeting room, and this is example his dry sense of humor and stuff. And he's like, he's showing film. It was hard going into work on Mondays. As much as we won, he gonna make you feel like you lost by 30, and we just won the game. But we go in the meeting on Monday and stuff, and he's like, Willie McGinnis, if you're the Y tight end and it says run a Y out, what route are you gonna run? And Willie's like, I'm gonna run out, coach. Graham, what the fuck are you doing?
That's what he said to you?
This podcast, bussin'.
What are you doing? Man, you just no. I mean, and it'd be so funny and stuff, But he's serious with it, but he got a dry sense of humor and stuff. And I tell you, one time we were in the game, and the guy is holding the yard marker and stuff, and Belichick backed into him. Oh, he cussed him out, and I'm like, man, he's supposed to be right there. And stuff, get back and stuff, But I mean, I tell you what, man, I loved playing for him because it was no nonsense. We here to work all day, every day. If
We
you're
here to
dealing with
win,
stuff,
huh?
leave it at the door.
Yeah.
Because when we step up in here, it's all about
Professional.
football.
It's all about football.
Yeah.
So follow-up question to that. So one thing I've heard is you have to buy into the Patriots way.
Hey.
Is that true or false?
Not everybody's made to be a Patriot.
There we go. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and I've seen guys come and go, and I mean, it's guys who came in who everyone's not made to be a Patriot.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Got it.
And
Yeah.
then I have a follow-up question, very personal. It comes to your dad and your brother and how they influenced you and your success. What does that look like?
Man, well, obviously, with my dad growing up playing football, it was, for me, I never saw my dad play football.
Mm-hmm.
He retired the year me and my brother were born.
Okay.
It wasn't until I got to the Broncos that I ever saw film of my dad playing for the
No
first
shit.
time ever.
Wow.
First time ever.
Wow.
He never showed you film, nothing?
Man, no, they had them reels.
Oh, got it.
Did they
Yeah,
talk
We're gonna set
about
this
it?
up for
no,
you,
no,
son.
no. I
Nah,
always
that's
knew
funny.
my dad played.
Okay, got it.
We at the house. My dad got helmets, jerseys.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
You knew it.
Yeah, got football cards. So I knew my dad played football.
But you never saw it.
I never saw him
Got
play
it.
football, and then he never would let us play football. And so my godfather, who was his good friend in college, was playing for the Giants at the time. So that's why I used to love the Giants, because growing up as a kid, I thought it was cool that I knew somebody that
Played for the
played
Giants.
in the NFL
Yep.
and stuff, And so, with him, I always knew that, he always was going to support me and my brother when, whatever we wanted to do. And so, and I think for my dad, not letting us play because his whole concern was head issues. And it's crazy now because people ask me, you gonna
Because
let
he
your son?
knew that shit
Yeah,
before.
because people ask me now, you gonna let your son play football? No, and the reason I say no is because my son is not in the position I was in, where this is the only way I'm going to college on a full ride scholarship.
Talk to him.
College
This
is paid for,
this
for my
podcast,
kids. So
bussin'.
there's not a guarantee that he's gonna make it as far as I made it. So why even put your body and mind, body through all
But if he
this
said
stuff?
he wanted to do it, would you let him? Would you allow him?
Man, I'm going to say my son will not play tackle football until 7th grade.
Okay.
If he wants to play, which I think he's going to want to play because I always watch football
Yep.
all the time. I don't want him to play football, but
Right.
we're going to do flag football. I think 7th grade, they should make this, I think, across the board nation, that no kids should start tackle football till 7th grade.
Man, and it's funny, and Dan,
That's
it's
crazy.
funny you say that because, with the Pirates, I was literally having this conversation with our coaching staff. And what I was saying, because I do the football operations for the Pirates, and I was saying almost across the board, because right now, man, but shout out to my man KP, Carl Payma.
Yeah, we played together.
That's my guy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
he's
Yep.
such a down-to-earth guy. I was telling him every NFL guy I've spoken to always promotes your kids playing tackle football later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
okay.
7th, 8th grade. You know what I mean? Just think
Yeah.
some of the greatest players we've known.
I would have
has
said
played-
high school if
has
I had a
played high
son.
s- has
If I had a
played- well, high
son,
school.
Well,
high
see,
school.
to me, high school was too late for your kid to know.
Wasn't
if
too late
he's
for you?
about then, but now these kids now, high
too
school is too late
Oh,
for
got
a
it,
kid
got
to
it.
know if this is what he's
Got
about.
it.
Got it.
Because
I
football
got you.
ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
But this also goes back to why Coach Prime started coaching. He said he was
I
taking his
remember
kid, he
that.
was taking
Yeah,
his kids
yep.
to practice. They over there running Oklahoma drills. These kids is in
Smacking
middle
right
elementary
into
school.
each other. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And so, that's my personal opinion. No kid should play tackle till at least 7th grade, because then
I
it
like
gives
that,
you
man.
2 years
This
to really see if,
podcast,
if this football's for you. Because football ain't for everybody. Because
It's not.
No,
No, it's not.
a little story. After my freshman year in high school, I quit football. Because I didn't play till freshman year, and then I'm like, man, I'm not with this. I'm gonna go ahead and because my freshman year I played football, basketball, baseball, and then I was like, man, it's just too much for me to do 3 sports. So my sophomore year, I'm done with football. Yeah. I'm not with the hitting. I'm not with being out here in this cold weather and stuff. And so that's when Coach Lucas came my second year.
Yep.
He convinced me to play tight end for him, so I quit baseball.
Yep.
Got it.
But.
Rest is history, huh?
Yeah, and back to your question though, me and Josh, playing football and stuff, we were, my dad influenced me more than, I can say him, but I always knew though that he was better at football than I was and stuff. And, and it's a whole nother story, but like I said, I didn't like football like that, and it's been like that my whole life and stuff. And so when I said earlier, in the podcast, I'm not that kid to say I grew up dreaming about playing football, because I never did. I thought I was going to play basketball or baseball.
And your brother was that dude, man.
Yeah, on the
he was
football
that
field,
dude.
yeah, he was. Yeah, he
Because
was a
it
beast.
was always, in high school it was Josh
Yeah.
and then DG,
Yeah.
And it's funny that, you relate to Shannon a lot, because that's kind of his story, right?
That's
Like,
that's his exact story.
his brother was the guy.
Yeah.
And then due to injuries, kind of fell off, but then
Yeah.
he became the man.
Man, but the ill thing about that, I don't think
Oh,
the
how
newer
bad Sterling?
the newer
Sterling was a
generation
monster.
really understand that Sterling Sharpe was the rival to Jerry Rice.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was
In
on
terms-
that trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was Jerry Rice and Sterling Sharpe.
The best two.
Yeah.
So Sterling Sharpe, arguably, if his career would have lasted a lot longer, would
Oh,
have
yeah.
been literally
Hall
looked
of
at
Famer.
the great.
Oh,
No, he's
no,
a Hall
he-
of Famer now.
Yeah.
Is
no,
he?
but
did
he's
make
a
it?
Hall of Famer.
Okay, I
but
didn't know
he would have
did
been in
make it.
there a long time ago.
He would have been in there a long time ago.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I didn't know he made it. My bad.
Yeah, but he would have been in the conversation of the
easy.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why, the funny thing about DG's and Josh's story and Shannon and Sterling's story is that you always see the brother giving the other brother their flowers.
That's what I was going to
And
say.
making sure that the
Yeah.
people who don't know understand that, it's so many great players out here that through whatever circumstances have happened to them throughout their career wasn't able to be shared with the world. And Josh Graham, and I will always say this.
Talk to him, coach.
Josh Graham is a story that has not been able to be shared to the world, because I watched this dude dominate.
Yeah, he was a beast.
We should have him
And
on the pod.
yeah, and it's he's so power worthy because, such a cool guy, always have remained consistent. Man, the Graham family, from my lens, right, has always been consistent, has always been humble, has always been willing to
This
help
podcast,
others, right?
bussin'.
And it's always been willing to say, you know what, yo, regardless of what we got going on right now, yo, we want to help everyone else around us.
That's dope.
This
And Josh,
podcast,
like, yo,
bussin'.
Hey, can you check his cup?
It's
Did
full.
he drink all of it?
It was full.
It was.
I was about to start playing the violin. Like, goddamn.
Nah, I feel you.
No,
though.
you know, I
Nah,
appreciate-
I
I
feel you,
appreciate it,
Cole.
man. You know,
No,
I
hey,
appreciate
hey,
it.
and one
man.
thing that I'll give is, like, anytime I see you, your brother, your sister, your nephew, they all show me love.
It's love.
Every single one of
It's
them.
love.
Yeah, you know what? And I tell people, man, I was fortunate enough to play in the NFL, but that's what I did for a living. That's not who I am.
Yep,
There you
exactly.
You know.
This
But the ill thing
podcast,
about it, you
bussin'.
shared it with your brother.
Yeah.
Like he was
All the
there
time.
right
He was
with
always
you.
there.
So
I thought he was gonna be
Yeah.
here tonight. Actually,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So real quick though, tell us your best touchdown celebration.
Touchdown
Dude,
celebration.
you got 2 left feet and 2 right now.
Man, Dan handed the ball to the referee.
He
man.
was that dude, like man.
You're like, here's the ball.
You tripping.
Hey,
Run
I'm
back
going
to
to eat M&Ms. I'm not going to eat Skittles.
Dan never spiked the ball. Did you ever spike it, Dan?
Yeah, I did. You want to see film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've
Got
seen
that.
it. I've seen
Okay,
it. I
so-
was watching.
This
Man,
dude did
so-
the electric
so-
slide. The cha-cha slide.
Man, I was with Denver,
Uh,
and we're playing in Atlanta. And for some reason, when I play Atlanta, I ball out.
Uh-huh.
My best game career-wise was in Atlanta when I was with the Patriots.
and Denver.
Yeah, and so we're playing in Atlanta, in Denver on my birthday, and I scored the game-winning touchdown on my 30th birthday, and I go up, dunk it on the goalpost, make sure I still got it at 30 and stuff, you know? Came down and hurt my ankle.
This
You hurt your ankle?
podcast, bussin'.
Hey, them boys getting old, man.
Was Shanahan the coach at that time?
Yeah.
Hey, so what you tell him when you came down and hurt your ankle?
Nothing, man. You know, it's happened during the game, you know?
Yeah.
You like, nah,
I
this
don't
happened
tell
on
no
the play.
injuries till the next day.
Yeah. He said that boy came down. So,
So real quick though,
yeah, go ahead.
what were you gonna ask?
no, go. You go.
I was gonna say, so this has been a football pod and it's been fun, but I gotta let you know, when we used to battle when it was
Oh,
TJ
yeah.
and George.
Yeah.
And I remember I came to your home gym, man, senior year. Y'all was up by like 10, and then I brought us back, man, and hit that game winner that brought it into overtime, man. I think it was over you.
So,
Oh, you know good and well that way.
so you still
Dan's like, I would have tackled your ass.
No,
Hey,
we
hey,
won that game.
Yeah.
We
Hey,
won
but
that
Dan's like,
game.
I would have tackled your ass for me.
Hey,
Dan was balling that game. I
Hey.
remember that.
I appreciate you, and for folks don't know, because I tell folks, like, if I was 6'7", 6'8", I think I would.
Oh no, you would have went to the league
league
easily,
Dude.
You know,
easily.
and
Because you was the scout report. Honestly, it was. You played your junior year, and that was the cold squad. But your senior year was you, Jamar.
Wait, hold on. But what people don't know too, my junior year, all 5 starters got D1 football scholarships.
Q, you.
No. It wasn't Q. It was Shotty, Tony, Gabe, Roger, and me.
Q didn't start on that team.
He
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
Nah,
Quentin
I
didn't
go
start. So
Are you sure?
so Quentin didn't start on your whole team?
Quentin started.
I thought it was
some
Abernay.
games. He did, but Abernay too. But he,
Abernay.
he
Because
he was on the bench, too.
basketball was
But-
Quentin's first sport to me.
Yeah, it was. No, Q was cold in basketball.
Yeah.
Man,
But-
he had
But
handles.
Q went football. Do you know the story how Q got a full-ride scholarship?
No.
Man,
because of
So-
y'all.
no, so Q Sav, and Q Sav was so cold at basketball.
Yes, that
He
was his
was.
sport.
That Josh told me at Carolina, he went in the gym and was giving Ed Cota and Vince Carter all them the business.
I
how
know
cold,
he
That's
was.
how cold he was at basketball.
He was cold.
Our senior year, Q Sav came out and played football just because everybody else was. This was his first year ever playing football.
Yeah.
We were playing Kennedy. Kennedy was on the 5-yard line going 95. The quarterback took off. Q-Sab walked him and tackled him on the 5-yard line. North
Wow.
Carolina gave him a full ride scholarship off that one play.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And he started for Carolina for a year or so.
Yeah, he did for a year or so. You know,
But got it.
But-
Okay.
But Abernay, Q-Sab, we all got.
Y'all had a
we were
squad,
a
man.
football school.
Oh,
Y'all
yeah.
was-
You know,
oh, no. Hands
yeah.
down.
Oh,
Hands
yeah,
down.
yeah, you know.
Hey, y'all are a football school, but Overland would have beat the shit out of y'all.
I don't know about that.
In football?
Oh,
Well, yeah.
hey, no.
had
I'm
the
gonna
best
say
all-around
no.
kinda-
I'm gonna say the DPS school that really could have represented was TJ.
But it
can't
didn't
front.
happen.
And this coming from a Montbello brother.
Didn't happen.
TJ was that.
Wait.
Hey.
You saying it didn't happen, but you act like you played us and that y'all banged us. You never played
Yeah,
us.
but y'all didn't beat Manual, and we played
no,
Manual.
we beat Manual.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We played Manual in the championship. So
In what championship?
What
the playoff?
championship?
The playoffs.
Wait,
That's
well,
not a
first of all,
championship.
tell everybody how old you are.
Same age as you.
Okay. No.
Talk
you did
about
not
we
play
beat
no-
Manual in the
you
championship.
didn't play
They
no
played in the
Manual in no
Centennial
championship.
You
League.
did not,
Yeah.
man.
You did
Stop.
not play. You
didn't
did not
play
play
Manual.
Manual
Stop
in no
lying, man.
championship.
In the first round of the playoffs, we played Manual my senior year.
Okay, that's
Then-
not championship.
In the playoff. Didn't
In
he
the
just say the
playoffs.
championship?
Y'all-
Yeah, that's not championship.
That
But
is
y'all
not the
lost in the
championship.
first round of the playoffs.
Man, so DG,
Yeah,
here's
we
my
did. But okay.
So what's to argue about?
man, DG. So here's my question, man. What's the most?
He would have cracked your muffin, man.
Oh man, yo. So what's the what's the most humbling point that you had when you was in the NFL? Where you say, you know what, fuck this. Because it had to be that time where you was like, yo, regardless of what's going on, it's always that time where you're like, dog, I don't want to do this shit.
That's a great question.
Man,
after
you
that.
know, I'm gonna say when I got to Denver, I lost a little for football because for me, you know, like I didn't get into a story, but football was always a job, and so I really didn't like football. I didn't like playing football like that, but I was blessed to be an athlete and to play. This is what got me to college. This is what got me to a profession. This is what my profession is.
Yeah.
And so I tell a lot of folks too, how many of y'all folks go to work and hate your job? That was really me in football. I hated football, but this is what I do for a living. This, you know, I was blessed to play it and stuff. So that's why I love being in New England so much, because it was all about business. It was all about work. We coming in here as football, that's it. And so when I got to Denver, and it was like I left hard work in football. I mean, just
That
studying all
structure.
that stuff, that structure, everything,
Yep.
to a country club. and I get to Denver, and I'm like, man, I said these dudes on this team ain't about winning no championship. I felt like I played with a whole bunch of people that
That was
were
cut.
happy to get in the clubs for free and say they play football.
Got it.
Yeah.
So y'all was in the streets too.
Yeah.
No,
Not-
you
not
wasn't
you.
DG.
No,
not
I
DG.
know. Hey, you
But
know,
the Broncos were in.
but they was in
at
the
that
streets.
time. They
Yeah.
were. They were.
Yeah,
So-
and so I got here, and I'm like, man, y'all, no one on this team knows what it's like to win a championship, and you got young guys who come in acting like they've been in the league for 7-8 years. I'm not gonna name no names, but
Yeah,
Man,
And
sure.
Cutler was your quarterback at that time, right?
yeah,
Yeah, got it.
So, two questions. One, the first one is, what NFL team would you say don't go there?
well, I've only played for 4 teams.
No, but the word is that in the street. What's the word of like, don't go to this team?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, I would never in my life. I can't say that now. I would never go to Oakland Raiders.
Oh.
I would go to the Vegas Raiders, but I would never
Hey,
go to.
you know what I thought you
I
were
would
going to say?
never-
I thought you were going to say Cleveland.
Yeah, man.
Oakland, not Oakland. I can
well,
see
you
it
know
at
what?
that
I mean,
time.
I just I hated them growing up.
I got it.
You know, I took a trip to Oakland when I was a free agent, and I called my agent as soon as I landed. Man, get me out of here. He's like, oh, we need them to raise the money up on the stuff. I was like, okay.
Well, you didn't like Al? Because Al was
Nah,
alive
he
at that
was.
time,
he
right?
was.
Yeah.
But I was not going to Oakland, man.
Why
Got
not
it.
though? Man, they took you to a whack
That's
ass
my-
restaurant.
That's my squad.
No, they didn't, man. I actually had a great time on my trip up there because Tom Cable was the head coach at the time. He was
Got
my
it.
offensive line coach at CU.
Got it.
So we chopped it up. We
Yeah.
old times and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to Oakland.
Got it.
Got it.
And so the last question I have for you is, like, we had a blast on the pod, and thank you for coming.
Yes.
Who would you recommend to come on the show?
Man.
It could be CU alum. It could be NFL alum, Denver people. Like, I'm thinking like Bo Scaife. He should be on here. He's another tight
We
end.
gotta have Bo on here.
Man, I tell you, you know, if you can get him on here, you know, I think, you know, you need to get Clay Campbell on here.
Okay.
I would love to have Clay on
A
here,
local
man.
guy, you know, and
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it'd be nice just to hear his story. I mean, he won the NFL Man of the Year award and stuff, you know, and he's still balling and stuff, however many years this is for him and stuff. But
Yeah.
for a local guy, I mean, I think that'd be a great guy to have on here.
Man, came from humble beginnings.
Yeah.
He was South, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Park Hill.
Yeah, he's Park Hill.
Park
That's
Hill,
dope.
man.
Yeah.
Pirate.
Well, DG, thanks for coming on the show, man. I mean, he's him.
Man,
Two-time
I-
Super
hey,
Bowl winner.
He's him.
John Mackie Award.
Hey,
He's
man, we had a
him.
blast,
He is
man.
him.
Yeah,
Let me
man,
give
I
you-
appreciate you know y'all having me on here.
Yeah.
What do
know
you do
it
when you
took a
run your
while.
so what do you do when you was a bachelor and you know they ran your resume? Your resume your resume was like Super Bowl championship.
That
And I was
player profile.
I was a starter. This ain't this
Exactly.
I wasn't
No,
like
no,
the last
fam, for real.
I was
That needs
playing
to be said.
I was playing and then I had a nice little bag.
All
when I
three
left the way.
downs.
Man,
Mackie Award winner,
First round pick.
first round draft pick,
21st.
hey,
two-time Super Bowl championship,
so
biggest, highest paid.
And this
tight
your
end.
wife. This your wife right here.
yeah. So we just, you know, I guess we can end on this, you know, and this is shouts out to my wife.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to
Shout
the
out to
wife.
you.
You
Shout
know,
out to the
so when I met my wife, after our first date, I knew that I was gonna marry her. I even called my brother and said I'm gonna marry her and stuff, you know. And when we met, my wife asked me, she was like, "What do you do for a living?" and stuff. I said, I volunteer. I work with kids and stuff.
Yep.
Because it was off season, and I was doing that.
And it's forbidden to say that
you know,
you play.
And so she
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, okay." Well, my wife never watched football until she met me, and so the whole time she really thinking that I work with kids. Also, she actually thought I was a drug dealer. 'Cause
Ain't no way he working with kids and he got what he got.
Well, no, this is why. No, this is why she thought that though, because I met her out. You know, I was at the club one night.
Yeah.
And I'm in Boston with sweatsuits on, and she's
But
like,
dope boy sweatsuit, by the way.
Yeah. You know, so she's like,
He wasn't no
you know,
champion
'cause
sweatsuit.
She grew
That
up. She grew
velour.
up out there. and
Sean
stuff.
John
Yeah.
velour at that time. I know.
You know, she grew up out there at the time. It wasn't that fancy, you know. But she was like, "How is this dude in this club with this on? Because they don't play that out in Boston." And stuff.
Yeah.
And so
flex.
when she met me, you know, I had a black navigator, and then you know we chopped it up. We didn't go on a date though, really, till like a month later. And when I picked her up, I had a tan navigator. She was like, "Oh yeah, you definitely a drug dealer." You know, she like, "Hold up," because you know this
Talking
ain't
about he
right.
worked with the kids.
Yeah, yeah, tell me
Okay.
where the
And-
kids. Cover.
get
that
That's a
over
cover.
me.
You
That's a
know,
cover.
it was, you know, her friend at the time. She's not friends now, but her friend knew the stats. You know, and everything.
Yeah.
And
She said,
was like-
"Girl, let
she
me
was
run
like-
these
she was like,
down
"What'd
for you,
say-
girl."
What'd you say his name was?" She was like, "I don't know." He said his name was DG. She was like, "What's his phone number?" And it started with 303. She was like, "Oh, I think that's the first round draft pick."
They dimed you out.
Yes, she did. But
This podcast,
at that
bussin'
time, she was
bussin'.
like, "Nope, I'm done with you." She was like, "I don't mess with athletes at all."
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She turned it down.
Yeah, she was like, "No, I'm good."
Was
She
you
like, "I
begging?
don't
Was you
mess with y'all."
begging? Was you begging?
No, I wasn't begging, man. But you know,
Ain't too proud.
But like I'm
big
saying,
now.
football,
needed it in
like
the
I
morning,
told y'all
in the end of the
earlier,
night.
football is what I did for a living. That's not who I am. So
Yeah.
she got to meet who I was and
Yeah,
stuff. You
that's
know?
dope.
And so
That's dope.
yeah. So you know, that's my rock. We celebrating 10 years this year.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to
That's
True
dope,
Love,
man.
man. Shout out to
This
True Love, man.
podcast, bussin'
Man, shout out to
CG.
Boston, man.
Boston?
Shout out to Boston for
Man,
bringing my guy True Love.
Fuck Boston, dude.
Hey,
Man, stop being a hater.
That
Boston
shit is,
in the house.
Boston is whack, dude.
Hey, man, Boston brought my guy peace.
Anyway.
Well, DG, thanks for coming
man,
on.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Hey, shout out to DG.
Yeah.
Hey, and I just want to give a shout out to y'all fellas, for doing your thing,
Yeah.
I know we grew up, played against each other. We all played against each other in high school and stuff, and,
great memories.
Just, it's great memories, man.
Yeah,
and,
memories.
And the fact that, we 25 years, whatever it is, removed from high school.
Absolutely,
we can just
man.
sit here and chop it up.
And man, and we okay.
Yeah.
We okay.
Yeah, and hey, shout out for y'all for doing y'all thing and stuff. So
Appreciate you, brother.
Man.
You a down dude,
Yeah.
man. You the same since high school, man.
Same since high school,
I
man.
just
High
got a
school.
great
You just
beard.
got them grades.
You're the
looking
only
like
one
that.
that looked the same from high school.
Hey,
Yeah.
but shout out to being able.
Take this hat off. You're like, oh,
He used to have waves.
Yeah.
Oh, bald head, motherfucker.
Man, but shout out to being able to get edge ups and haircuts, man. In this economy.
Hey, it might go a little far back, but yeah.
Yeah, you got that James Brown, but
Yeah,
you
I got
look
that
good,
James
man.
Brown.
You look
Yeah.
good. And you never stumble upon the unexpected if you stick to the familiar. So
Let's go.
let's do it, man.
Make
Shout out
plays.
to DG, man.
So make plays.
Make
Make
plays,
plays.
man. Cause I don't want no interruptions when I go.
This podcast, bussin'.